Hey, Soul Survivors. This is based on a viewer topic comment. They say, I feel like reactive abuse is a load of BS. So I was in a mutually toxic relationship and they admit that they were toxic and emotionally abusive. So things got out of hand. And one time, the person was choked by this lady to the point of passing out. And everybody is telling her, saying to them as well that it's justified and reactive abuse. Is it justified when it gets to the point of passing out, choking somebody? So when is it justified? So reactive abuse, if it's emotionally abusive, weapons shouldn't be used. Physical violence shouldn't be used. You're just escalating it and taking it to another realm, which can get deadly at times. So they are taking accountability of saying that I realize, it was toxic from both of them. And a lot of times I don't know her part. Was she just as toxic or is she reacting to the toxicity? A lot of times there are relationships where two people are the toxic ones and it just escalates. So as far as is reactive abuse justified? There are times we do it. And if we are stronger people, we have stronger boundaries and we have higher self-esteem and we walk away from those situations, or we handle them in calmer ways. We know how to de-escalate instead of escalate the situation. There are times that people get triggered, and these kind of reactions are based on triggers, whether it's triggers of you're not respecting me, you're not maintaining my boundaries, you're just being treated in the wrong way. So reactive abuse happens, and we have to take accountability first for instigating it. And, you're opening up a bag of worms that you don't know what you're going to get. So is it justified? The choking somebody out, which could cause, a brain aneurysm. It could cause, death, asphyxiation, all those kind of things, that if somebody says something you don't like, that you should be willing to walk away. So there are times we beat ourselves up. They called me fat, so I called them ugly, or this or that, or whatever it is that we said, or too skinny, and you're too short, whatever the verbiage is, that hopefully we can be the bigger person to de-escalate it and decide if we leave or how to handle the situation. So the thing is we don't know the full situation. Did he threaten to kill her? Did he this? Did he that? But if you have an escape route, if it was a threat like that you should leave, you shouldn't escalate it. You should protect yourself. So there are times that, as far as is it justified, that we should be true to ourselves and try not to interact with reactive abuse, that we don't become abusers as well. Because if we want this relationship and we're both hurting each other, and we're not doing anything about it, it's just going to get worse. So it shouldn't get so toxic that it gets so damaging that somebody could die from it, or somebody could have, brain damage from lack of oxygen, things like that. So, usually things should equal or lesser. So if you can handle the situation with equal or lesser force physically, that's what, usually the law likes to go by. That, deadly weapons, you can use a deadly weapon, but if somebody's just saying something, you can't pull out a deadly weapon. They don't match up. So is it justified? Probably not, as far as that. We don't know the full story. So we have to realize if we are the instigator, and this is important because if you were the victim, let's say she's the victim, okay? And so she's going to abuse this time, that, you know, it's not justified to, once that situation de-escalates, it should be over. But coming back, just like with, I mentioned in law, you know, if somebody's attacking you, you can kill them. You know, if it's in that depth of a situation where your life is at stake. But if they turn, you can't attack them anymore. It's not justified anymore. So we have to understand there are times that we as victims get into the reactive abuse and something spews out of us. But we also shouldn't turn ourselves into attackers. So in this situation, you know, I don't believe the physical violence was justified, but we also have to take account when we hurt somebody, hurt people. So we have to be strong enough to deal with our emotions, not to instigate, whether we're the instigator or the victim reacting to it, and then instigating in the future. So reactive abuse happens because people are triggered. There's a lot of disrespect and toxic relationships and people who just are seeing things from what they need in that moment. And that's where things go bad. So the instigator put something on her and she needed something in a moment to gain control or to not feel what she was feeling, whether it was disrespect or hurt or unloved, that we have to use that empathy before situations get like this. Because if we can foresee what they're going to feel, we have to use that stop and think and evaluate, what are my actions? What are my words going to do to this person I'm in a relationship with? Because you should be in a relationship because you deeply care about the person. And I give you, I appreciate you bringing this to topic, that choking somebody out because they said something you like is probably excessive. Comment below, let me know your thoughts and get a discussion going. Stay safe out there. Hurt people, and that's why I'm here to help you heal.